What do fMRI scans show about religious belief? Imagine peering inside the brain and seeing how it lights up when someone thinks about religion. That's what functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, allows scientists to do. It shows which parts of the brain are active during religious thoughts or feelings. When people consider religious ideas, several brain regions become more active. These include areas linked to emotion, self-awareness, understanding others, language, and mental images. So, religious belief isn't just about faith. It involves complex brain functions working together. Research shows that when someone thinks about religious concepts, the brain's emotional centers and self-related areas become more engaged than when thinking about non-religious facts. This suggests that religious beliefs are deeply tied to feelings and how we see ourselves. It's not just about memorizing doctrines but about personal meaning and emotional connection. Different parts of the brain work together depending on what aspect of religion is being thought about. For example, imagining a divine being activates brain regions involved in visual imagery, while contemplating religious doctrines activates language centers. Scientists have identified three main cognitive dimensions involved in religious belief. The first is the perceived involvement of a deity, or how much a person believes in a supernatural being's presence. The second is the perceived emotions of that deity, like love or anger. The third is doctrinal or experiential religious knowledge, which includes religious teachings or personal spiritual experiences. Different brain networks are involved in each of these dimensions. For instance, understanding the intentions of a divine figure involves theory of mind regions, which help us interpret others' mental states. Processing religious language activates language areas, and imagining personal religious experiences involves imagery regions. Directional connectivity studies show that in religious individuals, brain pathways tend to flow from regions that monitor supernatural intent to areas that process fear and emotional responses. This flow supports feelings of awe or reverence. Non-religious people often show different patterns, with more effortful engagement of imagination and processing supernatural concepts. When it comes to moral judgments, religious and non-religious brains activate different regions. Religious people may show more activity in areas linked to moral rules and social norms, shaped by religious teachings. Atheists tend to activate brain regions associated with logical reasoning and impartial judgment more uniformly. Overall, fMRI scans reveal that religious belief is not located in a single God spot in the brain. Instead, it emerges from the interaction of multiple networks involved in emotion, social understanding, language, and imagery. From a secular perspective, these findings support the idea that religious beliefs are products of natural brain functions. They show how our brains construct religious experiences through normal psychological processes, not supernatural causes. This understanding helps explain why religious beliefs can feel so meaningful and emotionally charged. It also highlights that differences between believers and non-believers reflected variations in cognitive strategies and cultural influences, not evidence of supernatural phenomena.